Today we are going to automate the Instagram DM, not just the text message, voice and image message as well. And no, we are not going to use any third-party applications over here. We are going to use official Meta Developer API. And there are so many small settings that we have to do. It's very hard to do alone. I have gone through so many different documentation and video to come to this conclusion and to teach you. So stick to the end because I am going to share all the learnings which I have gained and also the template which I am going to develop. Let me give you a demo. So let me start small. Let's send hey. As you can see, we are getting hey, how can I help you today? It doesn't only reply in message, it also replies in voice. So let me show you. Hey, how are you? And how's your day going on?
I'm good, thanks. How about you?
So now as you can see, we have got a reply in voice as well. Not only voice, if we send the image, we'll get a detailed description of what is happening in the image. Let me send this dog and Superman combo image over here. So as you can see, we have got a very humorous and proper response over here. So from this small demo, you can figure out that it can reply to your text message, your voice message, and your image message as well. So let's see how we can make this possible. So stick to the end because I'm going to share you all the resource content which I have gone through while making this video. Hi, my name is Lakshit and I'm on a mission to help people learn AI and integrate AI into their day-to-day life so that they can work more faster and more efficient. So let's get started. This video is divided into two parts. First part, we are going to develop our own meta applications, and second part, we are going to connect the meta application to send the messages. So for the first part, we have to come over here, developers.facebook.com, then do the login and you will see my apps over here. Click on my apps. If you're coming for the first time, you won't be seeing any applications. I have so many applications because I have done for WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. So don't worry. So to create a new application, come over here, create new app, write the app name. It could be anything, but don't write Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp because that word are not accepted over here. So we'll be writing I for Instagram and learning. You can write any name over here. Give any proper email ID which you can put over here and click on next, and we'll be using for other. And now we need an app type as a business because our use case fall under this business category and not a consumer part. We click on next and confirm everything, and we don't require business portfolio for our use case. So we'll be going and creating the application. Just re-enter the password. They're asking for the security purpose. And now once the application has been created, you will be seeing such kind of a page over here. Now there are multiple products over here, but we are interested in Instagram. So we'll set it up. And now in the left hand side, you might be seeing these three options. API setup with Instagram login, Facebook login, and helper. So we are interested in Instagram login. So we don't want to make it complicated with the Facebook login because Facebook login require a much more setup. If you are interested in this as well, there is a video I have already made. You can see in the I button, but we are interested in the Instagram login. So we'll come over here and now we need an access token. But for that, before going to access token, since we are in the testing mode, we require two users which can chat with each other. So the one user on which we are going to send the message and one user who is going to receive the message. So for that, we'll be going in the app role and then rules. And now coming to the tester part, now then add people, and we need Instagram tester. Click on that. And now search for the username on which you are going to do the testing. So let me enter the name. This is one account and the second account. So I have added both the account. So now as you can see, both the account has been added, but as you can see, the status is pending. So now you would go to Instagram and go to this URL, instagram.com/account/website permission, and then go to this apps and website. And now in the tester invite, if you go, you can see there is an accept button over here. So the account which we created, the application which we created, that's the name of the application, and we have option to decline and accept. So we'll be accepting it. So this is done for the one of the accounts. So if I go back and refresh it, so now as you can see, for the one of the account, the status has been removed. So now do the same for the another account. So now if you go to tester invite, so you can see we have the same request over here. We'll accept it, come over here and refresh, and we can see both the status are gone. So that's the first step done. So now for the second step, we'll be coming to API setup with Instagram login. And now in the generate access token, if you see, we will be having the both the account over here. Now generate the token for which the account you want to automate it. So for example, if I want to automate my DM for Wanderer Spot, I'll generate the token for that. Okay. So let me generate it. Put your ID and password. These are the by default requests they are asking for. So we'll allow it. So now as you can see, we might be getting the access token over here. Just copy this access token and keep it somewhere safe. And if you're not seeing this access token and you're getting some error like session invalid or something, don't worry. Try it after some hours or tomorrow. It will work. Because when I was doing for the first time, I was getting the same error. But when I tried it again without changing anything, it worked properly. So don't worry and don't get panic. Okay. Let's copy and keep it somewhere safe. So now once this is done, Now it's time to generate the webhook. So now you might be thinking, what is this configure webhook over here? So this is the main thing which does all the things, all the communications and everything. So consider webhook is something like an address. So whenever I want to send some message, I should know the place where should the message go. Then the processing will happen. So let me show you a demo instead of theory part over here. Now the first thing we require is n8n. It's kind of a low code automation tool which is very powerful, and do the sign up over here. Once you're done the sign up, you'll be seeing the same screen as you can see over here, and then click on the create workflow. You will be seeing the blank screen over here, but since I have made the workflow, I will be guiding you each and every node step by step. Okay, so for the first node, as you can see, there is a one called as trigger node. So what is trigger node? The trigger node is something which starts the workflow. It means that something will happen which will trigger this workflow to start it. Okay, so now in our case, our start point is webhook over here. So whenever we get a message, this webhook will get triggered, and this webhook will contain that message over here. So how to get this node? Come on this plus icon, search for webhook. So you can see webhook kind of a lightning symbol over here. Select on that and you will see this same node over here. So let's go inside this. So now as you can see, we have two methods, get method and post method, but you might be seeing a drop down over there. So to change that thing, you have to go to setting and you have to toggle this on. Okay, so once you will do toggle this on, you can see multiple methods over here. So now we have this path over here. You can change it part or you can keep the same. And in the respond part, you will be seeing the immediate, but change it to respond to webhook. It means that whenever we are getting the message in the webhook, we won't be replying immediately. We'll be replying at the end. It means that we'll be replying with the respond to webhook node. This is the second node. This is kind of your respond to webhook node. How to get this node? Go to the plus icon and we have this respond to webhook node over here. And now you might be seeing there are two routes over here. There is a get route and there is a post route. It is because in the configure webhook part, we have to do two things. First, we need to verify where the message should be sent. That's the reason we have this get route. And once we have verified our address, then we'll be using the post method to get the message. So now to verify the address, what we need to do, we need to copy this URL. Okay. And there are two URL, test URL and the production URL. I'll come into the production URL later, but copy the test URL, come over here, paste it, and give any verifying token over here. Let me write test 123. Now let me come over here and then let's execute this part. So now this node is running. I'll come over here and just verify and save. So now we are getting an error. So don't worry about that. Let's go to the n8n. And as you can see, the node has ran properly. If I open the node, you'll be seeing this message. So it has ran properly. And in the verify token, you can see whatever token you have passed, it is coming over here. So now we have to send them this message, which means it will verify that we are the sole owner of this address, and you can send the DM message to this address over here. We'll come to this respond to webhook node, and in the respond with select text, and we have to pass this hub.challenge part. So just drag and drop this hub.challenge and we'll be getting and just execute it. So what I'll do now, I'll just come over here and now I'll do the execute workflow totally. So now once you have done this thing, I'll come over here and I'll do verify and save. So now if your screen refresh, now you will see a green icon over here. It means your URL has been properly verified. So now you're good to receive the DMs. Now in the webhook field, you might be seeing multiple options over here. So we only want to automate the DM right now. So there are multiple options you can do automation over here. There's a comment automation, then there is kind of a message, kind of a scene automation. There are multiple things, but we don't require anything. We just require this enabled. So you can toggle off everything. So now we can see now we have this message webhook over here. So now let's try sending some message and let's see if we are getting the response or not. So if I come to the Instagram, and this is the account on which we have set up the DM. So we need another account from which we have to send the message. But that account should be added in the tester account, which we already did. Now let's run this node over here. Let's send hey message. If you go to n8n, so now we are not receiving the message over here. So I forgot one thing over here, which is very crucial. That's the reason I am making this video, that we have to make our app mode live. Okay, so to make our app mode live, we'll be going to app setting, then basic. Now you have to provide the privacy policy URL and the terms of service URL. You can provide this from anywhere. You can go to online and you can create it and you can paste it over here. It's not a big deal. I'll be providing from my website, which I have. Once you return the privacy policy and terms of policy, come over here and save it. So once it is saved, you can now toggle this live on. So now as you can see, our app is live right now. So now we'll be getting started to see the message. Now let's go to the Instagram API setup with Instagram login. And now over here, we are having the same URL, callback, everything. Now let's go to n8n and now listen for test, running the node. Let's go to the Instagram and send hey message. So now as you can see, we are receiving the hey message over here. So it means that it's working perfectly fine. So now let's start automating all the text message, voice message, and vision message. So now in order to handle this text message and the voice and vision, since voice and vision come under different category, so if I show you, so in text, as you can see, we're getting this object over here, which has the messaging, then sender, then the message part over here. But in the voice and vision part, we'll be getting the attachment over here. So if I show you, let me come over here and send some image. So inside the message, you can see we have the attachment key over here. That's the reason we need this routing, that do you want to go inside the attachment route or in the text route. So let's first do this text route over here, and then we'll going for the image route, and then for the vision route over here, and then for the audio route over here. So for the text, let's send the text message again. So we are getting this text message over here. Let's execute this step and we'll be going in this route. And now there is something called as echo. So what happens? So whenever we send a message, so we can see we have sent this message, but whenever we get a response back, so we'll be sending the response back over here. So that response back message also comes to the n8n over here, because Meta send this API, and with that they send one key called as is echo. That's the reason we require this if loop over here to check is this message kind of a echoed message or kind of a normal message we are sending. So that's the reason we are checking this. Does is echo exist? If is echo is true, then we don't need to serve that. We need to serve only where there is no is echo. So that's the reason we'll be running this. And this is a normal message we send him. It's going in the false route. And now we need to just send the reply back to the user. So for that, we are using this AI agent node over here, where we are sending this message, whichever we got. And we're writing a very small system message where we are saying, you are a helpful assistant named Vision. Keep your answers short and to the point. And we are giving a today's date in order to have the proper timing detail. And we'll execute the step. And now we are executed. We are getting, hey, how can I help you today? Very small and simple message. And now we have a chat model which we are using this OSS. And to get this AI agent, we'll go to the plus icon and search for AI agent, and we'll be getting this. Okay. And now once we have that thing, so now we need to set this information in some variable, because in the future, as you can see, we're using the same route over here. So we need to have a common variable which we can use over here while sending the message. So now to set the variable, we'll come to the plus icon, search for set variable, and we can see this edit field set. And whenever we get that thing, we'll click on this, and we need to set a variable of text underscore message, whatever message we got from the AI agent. Okay. Okay. And for the recipient ID. And what is the recipient ID? If you go to the message part over here, inside this if loop, in the message, you can see we have the recipient ID. So there are two ID. There is a sender ID and recipient ID. By the name only, you can figure out sender ID means who has sent the message. Recipient ID means who has received the message. And now if I come over here, we are getting this recipient ID because we want to send the message again. Now we'll come over here. Let's run this. And now we need to send the message again. So we'll be sending the HTTP request over here. So for that, we'll be coming on the plus icon, searching for the HTTP. We have this HTTP request. Inside this, what we require method as a post, and we require this URL. Okay, just use the same URL. And now we need to send the credentials. If you remember, we had generated the access token. So we'll be requiring access token over here. So now in the authentication, search for the generic credential type, and then header auth, because we'll be sending the header part over here, and we'll be creating this a new header. So for that, come over here, create new credentials, name, right, authorization, and the value, right, bearer, and give the whole proper key over here, whichever kind of a access token we generated, and just save it. And don't forget to write the proper name. It will help you to figure out to whom this credential belong to. Once you're done this thing, I have already done, I won't be doing again. So you can see I've given this such kind of a name. Wanderer spot is kind of my Instagram ID name, and then access token. So I can easily figure it out this access token belong to which account. Now once you have that thing, now we need to send the body. In the body, we need to send the JSON data. That's the reason body type is JSON and specific body is using JSON part. Now if I expand it, so you can see in the recipient, we want the ID. It means to whom we need to send the message. So we have a recipient ID over here, which we got from the edit text. If I open this, so you can see we have the recipient ID. We are just pasting it over here, and in the message we have the message which we got from the AI agent, and we are replacing it. It's just a sanity check which we are doing. It means if there is some kind of a double quote, single quote not coming properly, or there is a slash n means new line, we are removing it because JSON doesn't support it and Instagram will fail. So that's the reason we are giving this sanity check over here. Once we are good with this all thing, we'll execute the step. So now as you can see, the step has been executed. If we go to Instagram, and we have got that message, hey, how can I help you today? So we have automated the text message. It's time for the image message over here. So for the image message, let's come to the n8n part. Come again and start this node. So now this node is listening. We'll come to the inbox and we'll send the image message. So we'll come over here and we'll be sending this image. Let me send it. Now in the n8n, we can see we have received this attachment over here, which has the type as an image, and we have the URL. Now if I come in the attachment, you might be knowing it will go to the attachment route. Same way in the echo way, over here also we'll be getting the echo. So to avoid it, we'll run it. And now as you can see, it is going in the false branch. So it is not an echo, it's a normal message. And now again we have an route over here. So in attachment, there could be kind of a audio message type or image message type. If you see the response over here, we can see it's a type of image. So in the audio type, it will coming as a type as an audio. On that, we are setting the router. So to get the router, come on the plus icon, search for the switch part over here, and you're good to go. So once you have that thing set up, add the message, and we are seeing it is equal to kind of audio. Then go to this route. If it is equal to image, then go to this route, and we are naming it properly. If I execute this step now, so we are going to this image route over here. So now in the image route, first we need to download the image. So for that, we are using this normal HTTP request. It's a very simple HTTP request over here. Whatever URL we are getting, just using that URL over here and then execute the step. And now as you can see, the data has been downloaded. If I view it, same data which we have uploaded is coming over here. So now once you have the data, now we'll be analyzing what is there in the image. So for that, we are using the GPT analyzer. So for that, we'll come over here, click on the plus icon, search for OpenAI. Inside OpenAI, we'll be having analyze image. Click on the analyze image. You'll be seeing the same node over here where resources image, operations analyze image, and connect your OpenAI account. Okay. And in the text input, just give normal message. Tell me what you see in the image. You can change it according to yourself. I am just saying, tell me what you see in the image. Note the message length should not be greater than 800 character because this is a hard limit from the Instagram. They are saying the message should not be more than 1000 character, but to keep a buffer, we are giving it as 800 character over here. Once you have that thing, now input type will be binary. As you can see in the left hand side, we have the binary image, and then name should be data. This data name should be same over here. Simplified output. If I run it, as you can see, we are getting the perfect message over here. So once we have the message, now again we'll be setting a variable. Now let's run the variable. It will contain the same information of kind of a text underscore message and the recipient underscore ID in the same variable name which we had below, because we are using the same kind of output format over here. Once we have that, we'll come over here, HTTP request, and we have all things same which we had for the text because they are using the same part. Let me execute the step, and it has been done. Let's go to Instagram, and we have our message. So we have automated our image and text. Now it's time for the audio. So let me send some audio over here. But before that, we'll be coming to n8n. First, toggling on this node. Let's go to Instagram. Let's send some audio. Hey, how are you doing? It's a simple message. Hey, how are you doing? And once you send that message, if you go to n8n, we'll be seeing the attachment is coming over here and its type of audio. Now the gist remain the same. First, we'll see attachment or text. It's an attachment. It's an echo message or a normal message. It's a normal message. Is it audio or image? It's an audio. So we have set a route accordingly. If you want to update this thing with the video type also, it's a very simple thing. You know how to do. Just it will follow the same route. Only in this switch type, the video part will come. Now, once we have that thing, now we need the audio processing pipeline. So there are multiple steps which we need to do. First, we need to download the audio. So for that, whatever URL which we have got, just use the URL over here. Just drag and drop it over here, and then we'll execute the HTTP node, and we'll be getting the data. If I view it, hey, how are you doing? We are getting the same message which we recorded. Once we have that, we'll be transcribing this audio to text. So for that, we'll be going to plus icon, searching for OpenAI. Inside OpenAI, we'll be using this transcribe a recording. So inside transcribe a recording, we'll be seeing resources audio, operation, transcribe a record, input data field name would be this name which we can see, and then connect your OpenAI credential account. Then execute the step. Now you can see we are getting the same message over here. Hey, how are you doing? So once we have that, now we need to reply back to this message. The same thing, we will be using AI agent where the text message is from the transcribe audio. Then rule is simple. You are a helpful assistant named Vision. Keep your answer short and to the point. Once we have that, we'll execute the step. We are getting the same answer. I am good, thanks. How can I help you today? Once you have that thing, since we have to reply back again to the audio, we'll be generating this text message to audio. Now before that, we're checking this if loop over here. I think this might not be required in your case. I wanted to skip this thing because in future, if I want to do some expand thing, I can do it. It's just a normal if loop. I'm just checking is the attachment type audio or not. I know we have checked earlier, but just for a safer side, I'm using this if loop again, where I'm checking is the attachment type audio or not. If it is an audio, we'll proceed ahead. If not, then false branch. So as you can see, there is nothing in the false branch. Once we have this true branch over here, we need to convert this text message into the audio. Okay. So for that, we'll be again using the OpenAI. We'll click on the plus icon, search for OpenAI, and we have this generate audio part. Click on generate audio. We'll be seeing the same message. Okay, source is audio. Connect your OpenAI account. Operation is generate audio. Model keep the same. Don't change anything. Text input will be getting from the AI agent part. Just put it over here, and the voice you can choose whichever voice you want, and then execute the step. Once you have that, you can see it is downloaded. Let's hear it.
I'm good. Thanks. How can I help you today?
As you can see, it sounds good. Now, once you have that thing, now what we need to do next? There is the format in which the Instagram accept. So that format is kind of audio wave format, but the format which we have got was kind of a audio MP3. So we need to convert the format. So for that, we'll be using the code node. So for that, come on the plus icon, search for the code. You'll be seeing this code node over here. Inside this thing, you have to write this simple line of code where we are changing this meme type from audio slash MP3 to audio slash view. So if I execute the step, you can see the meme type has been changed. Everything else remains the same. If I view it,
I'm good. Thanks. How can I help you today?
we are getting the same message. So once we have that, so now Instagram require this file to be somewhere publicly accessible available. So for that, we need to upload this to Drive and make it publicly available. Okay, so connect your Google credential account. If you don't know how to do it, I have a dedicated video for this. You can check in the I button. Then the resource file operation will be upload, and then input data field name would be data, which you can see over here. File name, you can give anything over here. Just keep it .wav at the end. And in the parent directory, you can select your own drive over here. And when you are selecting the parent folder name, select that folder which is publicly available. So in a drive, when you create the folder, make sure that folder is publicly available, open to everyone. Once you have that thing, we'll execute the step. So now this file has been uploaded. If you want to see, if I'll copy the link, I'll open incognito mode. And so now as you can see, this file is downloaded. It means it is available publicly, because since I'm opening it incognito and it doesn't have any access. So now once we have that, now when you are sending the response back, it's a same kind of a HTTP request. Method is post, same URL over here, same credential which we connected, JSON, specific body type also using JSON. Now in the body type, there is slight change. So recipient would remain the same because we're sending the same user over here. Okay, and the attachment type will become audio because we're sending the audio, and the payload we are passing the URL which we got from the drive, and this URL, web content link URL. So once we have that, if I execute the step, the message has been sent. If I go to Instagram, we can see the message. If I run it,
I'm good. Thanks. How can I help you today?
it's working perfectly fine. So you saw how simple and easy it's to make such kind of automation over here. This is the very basic automation that we have created, and there is so many in-depth things which you can do. Now, if you want to access this automation, what you can do, you can go to my school community, then go to my classroom, then YouTube resource. Inside YouTube resource, you inside social media automation part, you will be seeing this n8n Instagram posting, no third party. You'll be seeing this same automation over here, and I have the n8n template. You can just download the n8n template, put in the required credential for OpenAI and credential for your Meta account, and you are good to go. Everything works perfectly fine. I hope you find some value from this video, because this video has taken a lot of time to make. Please press the like button, share this video with your friend. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care.